Jarrod Boyle, a winemaker, I guess managing partner, owner, CEO, I'm not sure what the hell.
Dirt farmer
dirt
also.
farmer. Actually, that's my preference, be dirt farmer. That's the majority of what I do.
So now you have your vineyard spectacular site in the Horse Seven Hills, and you have the winery in Prosser, and then there's this place in Woodinville.
Yeah.
Why did you design this, and why did you come up with this?
You know, I think that, when did we do this? I think it's been almost 2 years now, or maybe it was 2 years in July, and the logic on starting something up here in Seattle was pretty simple. Is this, you know, just as far as the amount of population here, it's 4 million people comparatively to 32,000 coming down to visit Prosser. And this, Woodinville was just actually 2 years ago, it wasn't really up and hopping and stuff. In fact, when I came in here, I think there was 12, and now there's around 30 in this complex right now. But you could see what was going to happen, and it just became, with the gas prices and everything else, less people were coming to Eastern Washington, and what they were doing, making day trips. And so day trips, you know, equates to Woodinville, and they come in here. What we see here is more repeat customers, you know, as opposed to, you know, one time a year they come down and they buy, you know, half rack or, you know, a case or whatever. Here they come and then they bring more people and more people. And with, you know, Allie had the idea about the wine club and the emphasis on building the wine club. And so in order to do that, you got to be where the, you know, the people are.
Right.
And but people coming in and repeat customers, that's where we get them, because wine club members bring 1 or 2 or 3 people back, you know, on a regular basis, and so it just made common sense.
So now, but I do, you're, to a certain extent, you're a bit of a face behind the wine, but yeah. I got the sense that Allie gets I can see her fingerprints on a lot of the touches around
Allie
here.
is the brains and the looks of the outfit, and I just the dirt farmer kind of, which is where I want to be. So she, you know, that's the reason we started the winery, just because you know, she's been supportive of me and my crazy ideas and everything else. And actually, that's why I named it after her, because she's always been really supportive and stuff like that. So, but it's, yeah, she's the winery, and that's how I like it. So it works out good for me.
Now, you have something special at the kind of a little back room in Prosser, but then there's something this is even more spectacular back here.
Yeah, well, I think that, you know, again, it goes back to I think that this industry is service-oriented industry. It's not necessarily just all about the product and service-oriented. It always goes back into the people that you're with, and people come in and buy your wine and stuff. So we try to focus on, again, the wine club, and so our theory is to have a small tasting room for the people that come in and want to, you know, try the wines, but to focus on the people that actually support us and you know, that buy into us, and that's the wine club members. So, you know, what we do is we have the taste room here, and then we have a wine club room, and that's for them to come in, enjoy themselves, have a glass of wine, or bring their friends and kind of, you know, show off. We want them to be able to feel like, you know, they're important, you know? And so that's why we put emphasis on, you know, on the wine club room and what we do behind there. So.
It's almost the combination between country club and speakeasy.
I like the speakeasy deal. Yeah, because I always like something that's a little bit off, so it's kind of fun. So I think that people like to hang out, and you know, that's what wine is. You know, it's about the relationships and about the experience, and that's what we're selling, is an experience, not necessarily just a product. And the product, we're just blessed to be able to have wine to sell as as our business, as a product. And so, but we want to make friends with them. We want to, you know, get to know them, and that's why we have, you know, girls' night out. We have Friday night happy hours, and that's why we have people like, you know, Kathy Statler and some of the people and all the crew that works here. I mean, they're amazing people, and they're the ones that do all the work. So
right.
Good people.
Now, can you talk a little bit about your VIP program?
Yeah, the VIP program, it's actually, we just started that, and what we did is, you know, it's a tough time for everybody, you know, and what we thought was that we have these great people and great restaurants and these sommeliers and general managers that support us and sell our wine there, and we're trying to think of, well, how can we make this reciprocal, and so we thought about, you know, what if we did something that was a partnership? It actually is a partnership with these other high-end restaurants, you know, El Gaucho, Seattle, you know, the Barking Frog, Salty's, Bricks 25, Bricks up here, a bunch of Cellar 46, a bunch, and then in Eastern Washington, Greystone and some of these other guys, and some of the lodging and some of these other guys. And so our theory was, let's partner up with them, and for our wine club again, is that if they go into those, to those entities and they walk in and they show their wine club member, then they will reciprocate with a discount or whatever else. But it's a win-win, because we're bringing people to them, and then they're giving them discounts, and so it's just a great deal. So
you talked about El Gaucho. Explain a little bit about your relationship with them, what you're doing with them.
They are just phenomenal people. Paul and Chad McKay, they're great people, and the individuals they have working for them. You're only as big as the people actually work for you. That's the only growth and the only positive thing you really have. And we've been lucky enough to be able to get in with them, and we work with their sommeliers, and I'll sit down with them and I'll bring barrel samples, and then I'll orchestrate it and kind of walk them through how to put a blend together, and then they'll put blends together, and we do blind tastings until we get down to a blend that virtually wins all the blending deals, and then we'll call that it's either the Duck Press Red if it's a red, or the Epiphany White, which is the Viognier blend, and then they sell it at their restaurants, and it's got it explains about all the sommelier involvements and stuff, and Alexandria Nicole's involvement. And it's just a great partnership again. So I strongly believe that partnerships are good. It's a win-win.
And you've got your fingers in a bunch of projects. There's Make the Dash Count. There's the Heaven's Cave.
Yeah, I make wine for some other people and stuff, but it's their passion, or they have to make it work. Making wine actually, it's really the easy part of it. Selling it and believing in what you're doing behind it, that's the important part. And Make the Dash Count, she's a phenomenal lady and does incredible things, give them the money back to kids, at-risk kids, which I think I was at one time, and I may still be. But it's just it's a wonderful opportunity for me, to be involved and to give back. And there's it's just I like what I'm doing. I like what they're doing, and it's kind of win-win again.
Talk about the influence that Wade Wolf has been in your life and your profession.
Geez, Wade, that guy was phenomenal. I worked underneath Wade. Wade taught me everything I know about the wine industry and viticulture as a whole. And the guy's crazy. We'd get out. So the first time we got to this vineyard, this guy, he gets out, and we're going to go out and we're going to just check for mealy bugs and sulfurs and everything else. And he'd go out and he runs. He runs up all these vineyards, and so I'm a fat, chubby kid following behind this guy, 4 vines over, and he's just an amazing guy, and he's taught me, from the ground up with these grapes. And I came in '96, which was a freeze year, and so I spent 2 months counting buds and cutting buds and everything else. But he taught me from the ground up, and besides that, the guy should be known for, he'll be the next Walter Clore in the industry, because his knowledge. But he's so humble. He's so unassuming, and he's got more knowledge and has done more for this Washington State industry than more people know. And I wish that they would know, because he's just a phenomenal guy and been instrumental. And if I have any issues, I can pick up the phone. He's the one I call. So, I love that guy. He's a good guy.